Biker Billy cooks with fire.
All right, it's that time again. Yes, you're there. I'm here. You spun those dials, push those buttons, move those rabbit ears around, kick that cable converter box till you get the signal just sharp and crisp enough so that you know there are no bugs splattered on your windshield, because you're not cruising. You're in the living room ready to cook with fire. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, and we'll do it to you. All right. The recipe from this program is in Biker Billy's Freeway-a-Fire cookbook, available at bikerbilly.com. All right, get your knives sharp, get your pots and pans clean, let your motorcycle relax for a few minutes, because it's not riding time right now, it's eating time. Hey, wait a minute. Look, there it is. There's something in that apron pocket. Guess what, kiddies? Yes, the Biker Billy Cooks with Fire viewer recipe contest has arrived at another winner. One of you stayed glued to your sofa. Yes, you're gonna feel like a genuinely animated couch potato, because yours may be the lucky envelope, but right now we'll stuff it in there and we'll let it meditate. So, what are we doing today? We're gonna cook some salads. That's right, cook some salads. It's a contradiction in terms. And this first recipe, one of my insane wanderings in the culinary reaches of my kitchen, where I cruise through the refrigerator, I swing that big tire around and bump into the spice cabinet, check out the pantry, and come up with wild ideas for you to tantalize your taste buds with. So today we're gonna cook nuclear potato salad, and believe me, it's hotter than hell. So the first thing we're gonna do is grab some beautiful red potatoes. Yes, sometimes they make this fancy yuppie style potato salad. My buddy Freeze, he loves it. He gets it at this local deli. Isn't it delicious and overpriced, Freeze?
It's not as good as yours, and it costs 5 times as much.
All right, well, this is totally different. Freeze doesn't even know what's going in here, so I'm taking these potatoes, and let's get a measure. We gotta know how much we're using. That's 1 potato. Yes, okay, Freeze, you keep a count. That was 1 potato. Now I'm cutting these potatoes in half, and then half again, and then in thirds. So for you math majors out there, well, how many potatoes was that, Freeze?
2 potatoes.
2 potatoes. So for your math majors, if you take an object out there and you divide it in half, how many pieces do you have?
2 halves.
Okay, and how many potatoes have we got sliced up?
3 potatoes.
All right, so now if you take the 2 halves and cut them in half again, how many halves do we have?
We still have just as many halves, but you have twice as many quarters.
All right, we have how many quarters?
Well, if we have 4 potatoes, we now have 16 quarters.
Well, we've got 4. No, well, yes, I guess, but they're not quarters anymore. So we have how many potatoes in there, Freeze?
Still 4 potatoes.
Okay, so this makes 5. Is that correct? 5 potatoes.
5 potatoes.
All right, now I'm using small, wonderfully small, beautiful red potatoes, and I'm cutting them this special way. There's how many potatoes there?
Still 5 potatoes.
Okay, so we cut that potato in half. This is like 3-card biker. All right, so then we cut that potato in half again. That's how many quarters? It's 4 quarters. Now, I'm cutting each half into 3 slices, or each quarter into 3 slices. So that's a total of how many pieces, Freeze?
12 pieces per potato.
And how many potatoes are in there?
I lost count, but it may be 6.
All right, it's 6, and now it's 7 potatoes, and it's almost full. If we wiggled it and jiggled it and shook it, we'd be able to pack those down here. And we take the 8th potato. Yes, 8 small potatoes will yield 2 cups of potato. By cutting them into 6 pieces, we get nice bite-sized chunks. Each chunk has some of that beautiful red skin on it. So there is 2 cups of potatoes, and how many pieces is that, Freeze?
96.
All right, he can add. Now you put them in a pot. Now that pot's maybe not big enough. That's a 2-quart pot. So if you take 2 quarts and put it in a 3-quart pot, how many quarts do you have left over?
I don't know.
Well, you got a 3-quart pot, you put 2 quarts of potatoes in it, and you got how much room left over?
1 quart.
1 quart, so you take 1 quart, which is 4 cups, which is the equivalent of this here. That's right, 1 quart, 4 cups of water. Put it in there, set all this other extra stuff aside, turn the heat up real high, and you're gonna start to cook the potatoes. Now, you got that? Got all that down now? Put your little notepads aside, because now, take careful note. We are going to add up the hottest hot peppers in the world. Here, I've got 3 beautiful, listen to that sizzle, 3 beautiful habanero peppers. Yes, the hottest peppers in the world. These little babies are out of my garden. We grew them. They're absolutely outrageous. They're fantastic. You can use dried ones, or you can use the ones out of the jar. If you use the jar ones, they've been pickled. That means they got vinegar. It didn't mean they got drunk the night before. You want to rinse the vinegar off very carefully. This stuff is so hot, you don't really even want to handle them. So I cut its little head off, and there, what are we going to do with that head? Get rid of it. All right, now, carefully take the knife, get inside of here, and you see the seeds in there? You want to get rid of the seeds in that center part because it's so hot. The heat comes from the center part called the placenta. That's the fleshy part. You can see it with the seeds attached there. This is the hottest part of the hottest pepper in the world. That means that this is a dangerous weapon. If you were to pinch this with your fingers, these hands would become a licensed deadly weapon. So away we go. No seeds. Now, we take our beautiful habanero pepper and we're going to throw it in the food processor. But first we'll turn the blade on because we want to chop it up. While I chop that into nothingness, I want you to sit back. I want you to go, if you've just handled your habanero peppers, and wash your hands in warm soapy water at least twice, because if you touch anything else, you'll cry. When we come back, we're going to cook with fire. All right! The recipe from this program is in Biker Billy's Freeway-a-Fire cookbook, available at bikerbilly.com. All right, the potatoes are getting hot. You're going to boil them until they're nice and tender. But first, we're going to continue with our fantastic habanero pepper. Now, I got me here a 1/4 cup measure. And you can see it's kind of shiny. That's because I took some olive oil, or you use peanut oil, any kind of oil you want. I've also got a tablespoon measure here. And what I've done is basically I've oiled them up because I'm going to be using some thick, viscous liquids. Now, Freeze, I forgot something in the pantry. Give me some traveling music. All right. Here we go. Yes, that's the best part of the show. Now, we're going to take ourselves 1/4 cup of delicious honey. Make sure the bees are finished using it, because if they're not, they'll get mighty upset. And we're going to take our food processor. Boy. Oh, it's tear gas. Can you smell it, Dave?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Dave's a crying now. Before we pour that honey in there, take and just make sure any of those pieces that are up on the side walls get down to the bottom. Pour that honey along the bottom of the food processor. And the little olive oil trick, you can see the honey just running right out of there. You imagine how hard it is to get the honey out if you don't put the olive oil in. And a little extra oil makes it go a little extra easy. Now, put this in here. Turn this on. And you're ready! Now, you want to just torture that habanero pepper until there's nothing left of it. Now, I got something groovy here. Yes, peanut butter. This is a reduced fat peanut butter. I checked this out in the supermarket. This stuff's cool. It's got less fat, yes, because we're making potato salad without that ugly mayonnaise. Now, we got our tablespoon. Yes, can you believe this, Freeze? Is this a surprise for you?
I think it may be a disappointment.
Oh, you ain't tasted it yet, so you take your wonderful, nicely greased measure. You get 1 tablespoon and whack. Well, okay, so you use a little extra oil here. Now you take 2 tablespoons of this fantastic reduced fat peanut butter, put it in there. Now you can use regular peanut butter, you can use chunky peanut butter, but potato salad is usually loaded up with mayonnaise, which means lots of fat and cholesterol. So if we're cutting some fat and adding some flavor, it's okay. Now you want to let that puree itself around, and you want to grab some yogurt. Yes, some wonderful yogurt. Now, if you take here and you look, you'll notice the yogurt, it's got this runny liquid there. And what we don't want is that runny liquid. So if I can do this without dumping all that yogurt out, we'll pour off some of that liquid, and we'll grab ourselves a clean spoon and scoop out 1/4 cup of yogurt. This is plain yogurt, no flavor to it. But boy, the flavor is in here. Now, put that yogurt in there, and what do we do to it, Freeze?
Chop it up.
All right, chop it up. Now, you're going to want to puree the living daylights out of that stuff until it is nice and smooth and creamy, and we'll continue on with what we're going to do with that. Our potatoes are cooking, but I've got this need, this desire here to pull out this envelope and talk about a winner. Yes, a winner with a salad, because today we're salading our way through ensalada. Yes, now, we got here, Biker Billy Cooks with Fire. Dear Biker Billy, the following is a cold, hot, got me going right there, a contrasting situation, a cold, hot, marinated salad, a tomato salad. She says, and I should tell you, Janey Eager, you are the winner. That's right, this is an exciting salad, and I've modified it. We start off with some fresh basil leaves. Oh, boy. Oh, can you smell the aroma? Can you smell the aroma, guys? Okay, their tongues, their noses, their sinuses are all burned out from the habanero. So we got fresh basil leaves, fresh tomatoes, fresh hot peppers, and she says at least 6. All right. We're going to use less, but you can use more. Cloves of garlic, salt and pepper, and canola oil. So first off, we're going to take her first instruction. We're going to grab ourselves a bowl. She says, let's see, what does she say? Chop tomatoes over a bowl to retain the juices. So let's grab some tomatoes. Let's grab a knife. Now what we're going to do, look at that beautiful tomato there, that nice little stem. We're going to cut that little stem out because, you know, you don't eat the stems of the tomato now, do you, Freeze?
Well, whatever you say, Bill.
All right, and then we get rid of the head. All right, now, in the bowl, we take and we cut that tomato in half, set the other half over there. We're going to make room. I'm going to take and wedgie these tomatoes. Yes, sneak up on them in the hallway and wedgie them. And then I'm going to just cut them wedgies in half. Slip those babies aside. That juice is accumulating down there. Those potatoes are over there cooking, saying, please, please don't hit us with the habanero. Yes, that's right. It's an insane recipe, but it's different and it's delicious. So we cut them wedges in half. That is 1 tomato. Let's take another tomato. We'll do the same thing. You want very ripe, juicy, delicious, sun-ripened, vine-ripened, delicious tomatoes. All right, and she specifically says Jersey tomatoes are best. So I'm going to slice this tomato up. I'm going to boil those potatoes up, and when you come back, we're going to cook with fire. All right. The recipe from this program is in Biker Billy's Freeway-a-Fire cookbook, available at bikerbilly.com. All right, puree that peanut butter stuff real well. Now, I got me some beautiful tomatoes, nicely chopped up. And what I've done here is I've got some cucumber, 1 cucumber peeled, quartered lengthwise and chopped into segments, and a medium onion, chopped up nice and fine. Now, what else are we going to do? What would it be without hot peppers? So, I'm going to use 1 little jalapeno. Yes, Janey uses up till 6. You use as many as you want to make it taste just right for you. You don't want it too hot, but you definitely want that single. So, we're going to take this jalapeno and we are going to slice it, and then we are going to do one of them gourmet tricks because the food processor's all filled with other stuff. And we're gonna dice up that wonderful, delicious jalapeno pepper into nice itsy bitsy tiny little itsy bitsy tiny small, you get the idea, pieces, and just scoop that off in on top of that wonderful salad stuff. Now, delicious fresh sweet basil. Beautiful leaves, wash them real well, you know they're fresh because there's their little roots, and we want to end up with 1/3 of a cup. So we'll just slice these babies up, and I'm sure I've told you this in the past. Fresh basil also likes to get cut up with a pair of scissors, snipped, they call it. This is 1/3 of a cup. You'll learn how to see what this looks like. You can pack that cup down. Oh, what the hey, let's just take another slice now. And look at that, sneaking and hiding in the basil was a jalapeno. Yes, them hot peppers love to meet my cutting board. Now, take this here. Get this all sliced up. We're just going to take and dump this right up on top here. Nice sliced, diced. Get the rest of that wonderful fresh basil in here. Now, what we're going to do, Janey said salt and pepper to taste. So I'm taking a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Now, if you got a pepper mill, use that. That's an excellent, excellent way to have your fresh ground black pepper. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I think tomatoes taste real good with salt. And I'm not using canola oil. I'm a big fan of extra virgin olive oil. So I'm taking 1/8 of a cup. You can use more or less depending upon your cholesterol. And there's no cholesterol in this, but there still is fat. We're going to drizzle that oil over there. And reach down below and get, yes, some salad torturing devices. Yes, we're going to toss this up here. Janey says it's excellent warm or it's excellent cool in the refrigerator. It is fresh. It is delicious. It is a fabulous way to start, finish, middle, or end a delicious meal. Or if you take and do this super fresh, take some mozzarella in nice little cubes and toss it in it just before you serve it. Don't let it sit with the mozzarella. Now, what do we got here? We got our numerically correct potatoes. Yes, they're cut, and you'll see how each beautiful piece has got some of that wonderful red skin on it. We've got our thoroughly pureed peanut butter mixture. Yes, a potato salad with a nuclear peanut butter sauce. So we're going to pour this on here. And what would be the missing ingredient now, Freeze?
Onions.
Onions, but yes, it's a salad. It's a fresh salad, so we're going to set it aside. And we're going to take some beautiful scallions. Let's take 4 wonderful scallions. Let's carefully cut their little heads off. Yes, you don't eat the roots. No, sirree, Bob. And go down to the other end and cut off those dry ends. Throw them away. Now, you're going to use the food processor that's got the peanut butter stuff in it. Cut these into 3 different length segments. Turn the food processor on so those cutting blades get spinning real fast. And you're going to drop them in with the blades running. Now, the dark green section, sometimes they don't chop up to now you do not want to puree this, but you do want to get this nice and finely chopped. Now, nicely chopped up, check it out. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this also does another wonderful thing for you. This tends to clean that delicious peanut butter sauce off of that food processor. And check it out. We'll just scoop those little babies out. I'll turn this so you can't see nothing. That's why this bowl is clear. Scoop this stuff out. Now, this is like no potato salad you have ever tasted. Now, depending upon the peanut butter you use, and again, I'm using this really groovy stuff that has got reduced fat. It's excellent because some people won't eat potato salad because of all the mayonnaise in it. So now this is totally different, like nothing you've ever tasted. Everybody's taste is different. I did not put salt in the potatoes when I cooked them. So I'm going to take and go ahead and put a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can use more or less depending again on the peanut butter. Some peanut butter has more salt, some peanut butter has less salt. The potatoes and the peanut butter, everything comes alive with a little bit of salt. Now, flip this around here. Check this out. Yes, carefully tossing a salad. Some people say you could use your hands to toss it. That's the best way to toss it. And you'll notice that the liquid here, it's a little thin. Now, you cool these potatoes off, rinse off the extra starch, prepare this the day before. The other salads you want to prepare immediately, but you prepare this the day before. So this is fabulous. Let's take another look over here at Janey. How do you say this? Janey Eager. Yes, Janey Eager's tomato salad, which has got fresh basil leaves, fresh Jersey tomatoes. Yes, she's a Jersey girl, so she uses Jersey tomatoes. Wonderful jalapeno peppers. Fabulous. Garlic, that's what I forgot. Oh boy, we saved the day. We're going to take and find it. We can't find a tablespoon measure, so we'll just fake it. We'll put 2 good tablespoons of garlic, and I'll retoss that. When we come back, we're going to toss Janey your t-shirt. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll cook with fire. All right.
The recipe from this program is in Biker Billy's Freeway-a-Fire cookbook, available at bikerbilly.com.
All right, check it out. Janey Eager, your salad is fantastic. I said put in 2 tablespoons, but actually 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic or freshly chopped cloves, 2 or 3. It's absolutely delicious. Now check this out here on the cutting board. We've got some unusual, to say the least, nuclear potato salad. If you want this recipe and Janey's recipe, check this out. All right.
The recipe from this program is in Biker Billy's Freeway-a-Fire cookbook, available at bikerbilly.com.
Now, I want to point out that you can take this wonderful salad, and I've done this. Take a long Italian bread, you cover it with some wonderful fresh mozzarella cheese, and you can just pile this stuff on, and it makes an outrageous hero. You're an outrageous audience. Remember, come back next week when we do the most important things in life. We eat hot, we ride safe, and guys, we cook with fire. All right!
This has been an All Right production, copyright 1994 and 2017.
All right!
The recipe from this program is in Biker Billy's Freeway-a-Fire cookbook, available at bikerbilly.com.